They thought you were great. They didn't think I was great at all. I was easy. They didn't have to do anything. Who cares who opens for Frank Zappa? Anyway, okay.
Well, question for you, because from my limited understanding, and obviously I'm not a musician, so this is really just bird's eye view. And actually, if we could pull this a little closer to you as well, just because
that?
Yeah, you can pull the whole stand, the vertical part. I can pull that toward you. Yeah. It seems like a major shift in the way the business operates for you starting out. Let's say, your first few albums, instead of being signed onto one major deal, now the business seems more single-oriented, or even having so much accessibility to internet money or putting your things up online. I'm curious in terms of, from your experience, how you view the business now and how artists such as yourself may take stock in what you've done in your career. Or do you think that there's such a new direction for artists to follow that there's almost like a departure from the way musicians were able to scale themselves from the past? Do you have those thoughts where you look at emerging artists that just come in from such an indirect angle?
You know what? I don't. Some people may, but I never approach anything like that. It's all it's music. I'm a musician. I don't care if I'm composing a theme for television or a film score or a song. I don't really, the business has totally changed. Mm-hmm. And because I left it, right. I really left it, and I couldn't do anything else and didn't want to. When you're scoring films the way I was, you don't have time for anything. Right. As a musician, musically, if you can deal with the pressure, and if you can't, you're gone.
Right.
In 3 seconds, you can't do that. So I didn't deal with it. Now I'm kind of back into it because I was screwing around with something about the COVID situation 9 months ago or something, and I wrote this coming out the other side and didn't even know if I would play it for anybody. Right. But then I did, and it prompted this interest. And now, it's not just that. I had thought about it, but anytime anybody, when I was doing a film, asked me to write a song, no one would ever ask a composer to write a song for film, and there are no more songs in films. Songs in films are records that they've put in for a montage or an end credit, right, that are pre-done. There's no more writing Moon River for breakfast at Tiffany's.
What do you mean by that? They don't watch and play live towards it? What do you mean by there are no more?
No, film, no, songs, no. You may give me an in. They don't do that anymore. And right. The film score, that's a whole other thing, and that's what I do. Right. And I have no interest. Songs are not any part of any film, a story. There may be a scene, but most of the time, musicals are different, granted.
Right.
Somebody does a Disney musical, you got to write songs for the animation. That's different, but I'm talking about dramatic films, be it comedy or action. No, and my job is, the director would laugh at me. No one's interested in me. I've got a real situation making each scene that needs musical enhancement and further a director's vision for each scene. That's my job, not writing a song.
Right.
That's a joke. Songs have nothing to do with the film. They come later on. Somebody released a record, and where do they play it? They play it in the end credit.
Right.
Once in a while. Now, you will hear source music. There'll be a scene in a car, and depending on what the